I got back just in time, didn't I? So does this belong to somebody? I know that Mr. Stone is never going to repeal Ordinance 884, but Mr. Stone, I'd just like to ask you a question. Why did you write it? I mean, what was your motivation?
This is your time to talk. We've already gone through this many times, Ms. Waltz. I'm not going to waste my time with you on it anymore.
I asked you a question. Could I please get an answer?
Ms. Walls, this is the time for your opportunity to make oral comment. It's not the time to answer questions.
Oh, it's not. Okay. All right, then I want to ask another question, Mr. Stone. You have on your website, you wrote something about human trafficking. Now, is that, when you're going to hold this workshop, is the workshop going to just be for, is it all of Riverside County, or is it going to be in your district? It's open to the public, because you know there people have come before this board and have alleged that there is human trafficking going on in your district. And you've directed them to go to, I can't remember exactly where you directed them to go. The district attorney's office. But, I mean, you're so adamant about, political ventures. I mean, wouldn't this might have put a feather in your cap if you would have listened to these folks and went out and investigated what they asked you to investigate.
Ms. Walls, the Board of Supervisors is not an investigative board, as you know. We're not law enforcement. We fund law enforcement. These types of complaints, if they're legitimate, and it's up to the Sheriff's Department to determine whether there's any truth to the complaints, and then if there is truth, then it's passed on to the district attorney, and then they file a claim. You know how the process works. We're just the policymakers with regard to ordinances, but we are not an enforcement board, only to code enforcement issues.
Yeah, but sometimes the ordinances you write are, now that's going to affect protesting in front of sex offenders' houses. And what if the people on the street across from the place you're trying to protest? It isn't going to work.
Ms. Walls, we've been through that before. Like I said, that discussion's over with now.
Well, can anybody advise me where to go, or would anybody on this board be willing to stand up and repeal this ordinance, 884? Your silence speaks volumes. Thank you.
Next speaker is...
Excuse me, I don't mean to infringe upon anybody's time or anything, but I wanted to ask, when is Mr. Stone's workshop going to be on the human trafficking? Has there been a date set for it? Has there been a...
You can go up to the 5th floor, and Rose will be happy to give you that date.
Thank you very much.